Hello, beautiful being. I'm Trini. Welcome to In Her Dreams. This message is going to be a little bit different from most of my readings. I channeled most of the information earlier. As soon as I woke up this morning, it just came flooding in. And so after I ran my errands, I took notes. And so I'm still going to be channeling and allow whatever else spirit wants to bring through to come in, but I will be looking at my notes. Okay, also, this is a continuation of the last reading that I posted. I will link that below in the description box. It was about new love, and as I was getting ready for this video, a song just popped into my head. Songs have been coming in like crazy, so there's going to be a lot of references to music, to songs that are very relevant to this experience. It was Amor Prohibido by Selena Quintanilla, not Selena Gomez. And in that song she talks about, it means prohibited love or forbidden love, right? And I feel like that's why Spirit is bringing these messages through, is because this love that you're attracting, if this is your message, if this message resonates with you, the love that you are attracting, that you are manifesting, whether you realize it or not, in some ways, it might feel forbidden. And in the song Amor Prohibido, she's talking about how a lot of people have something to say about the love between her and her lover. They have a problem with it because they're from different backgrounds. Distintas sociedades is what she says. So literally it translates as like different societies, but it could be like different backgrounds, different situations, okay? And there's somebody that has something to say about the love that you are attracting. And it's not that they look at it as something positive. So I already know that this is a love that is ruffling some people's feathers, but this is a love that is so truly divine in every timeline, across all realms and realities. Like, as I was getting downloads in my car this morning, running my errands, I started tearing up. I was like, oh my God, Collective is so lucky. So lucky. And actually, Jupiter and Venus have a lot to do with the manifestation of this love for you. I was connecting with Jupiter yesterday. It was Thursday. I'm recording this on a Friday. So I did some work with Jupiter yesterday, since Thursday is the day of Jupiter, and some work today with Venus, the day of love. And pretty soon after I woke up, Pombagira came through. She wants you to know that if there is a struggle that you have right now, she is willing to work with you. If you will call upon her, she will be there for you. Pombagira is a wonderful energy to work with because, for many reasons, but she is very close to the third dimension. She's not so elevated to the point where she's distanced from humans. She walks with us, basically. And so she has been known to help a lot of people who have found themselves in abusive situations, or people who are just going through everyday struggles, like trying to pay the rent, trying to make ends meet, trying to make sure that people that you love have what they need. So Pombagira was definitely coming through, and I lit a candle for her before I started recording, so she's definitely present in this reading. Know that the love that you are manifesting, it is something that you have never ever felt before. You have imagined it. I'm getting the song Faith Evans, I never knew there was a love like this before. And that's kind of the vibe of this love. It is mind-blowing. And Spirit was bringing through, I'm going to give lots of details. Everything that came through I'm going to share with you, but this was actually the last thing that I wrote down, but Spirit was saying to start with this. So the love that you're manifesting is a whole vibe. It's something that you've never felt before in the physical realm. You've imagined it, but never experienced it. It's a blend of like some really great experiences, some really good feelings, like the feeling that you get when you're out in public. You may or may not have felt this feeling, but when you're out in public and like you might be doing errands in a store, shopping in a store or something, and you see a really like cute, sweet kid, and they just like look at you and smile or giggle or something and do something really cute, and it's like you just get that warm and fuzzy feeling. And Divine was saying that that's the feeling of this love. There's so much security in this love connection that you are always going to have warm and fuzzies with this person. You're never going to have to remind them to be a good person. They're just going to be that way with you because they want to treat you well. And so it's that happy feeling, that warm feeling that you get, that innocence when you see a really sweet child that's just so pure, and maybe it reminds you of the innocence of life that we so often forget because there's so much tragedy in the world, you know. It feels pure. This is a pure love. The feeling that you get when you just click with a stranger and they're really pleasant and kind. It might feel like you know them. So when you're just going about your day and then somebody is just, maybe you strike a conversation with them and you have something in common, or if they're just really, really kind to you and you're like, that was cool, you know? That's what this love is going to feel like all the time. It's going to feel like a cool breeze on a hot day, that sense of relief that you get. The feeling you get when someone helps you out of the blue for seemingly no reason, but it doesn't feel strange or weird. So you're not like, where is this weirdo coming from? It's not like that. It's the feeling you get when somebody just chooses to do something nice for you, and they might not even know you, but you can tell that they just wanted to be kind to you. They just wanted to be kind. It feels like eating really delicious food, a really good meal, okay? Especially when you're hungry. It feels like payday. That's what this love is going to feel like payday. It's going to be very, now it switches a little bit here. Okay, it's very hot, very passionate, and it's going to feel like a lustful sexual encounter, but it's a healthy lust. So, you know, like going back to forbidden, like amor prohibido, forbidden love, there's something about it that sexually is going to feel a little bit like, not forbidden in a bad way or in an uncomfortable way. I guess you could say maybe a naughty way. It's going to feel very hot, very like spicy. Okay, you're never going to feel like you have to work to get in the mood in order to have physical intimacy with this person. You're always going to be naturally turned on by them. And it's going to start within you. Because once again, you feel very safe with this person. You feel very secure with them. And they have that impact on you. As soon as they walk into the room, you're going to just feel so comforted. And even when you're apart, there's going to be so much trust between you that you won't ever have to worry about what's going on. And this isn't to say that you're a jealous person. You might have jealous tendencies or you might not, and it could depend on your attachment style. And that's really interesting when studying relationships and everything, whether it's like a secure attachment style or avoidant, or dismissive avoidant. And they've also got disorganized, which is a mixture of several of them. I'm not going to go into that because I haven't prepared for that, but Divine just brought that through, that your attachment style is going to experience a lot of healing with this person if you don't currently have a secure attachment style. Okay, That's the impact that this person is going to have on you. And it's going to be because you have been working on yourself and they have been working on themselves as well. And you're not going to have to do very intentional healing work on your attachment style when you come together with this person. It's just going to naturally happen. If there is any continued healing that needs to happen, it's just going to naturally flow for both of you, because you're both going to make each other feel extremely secure. This is twin flame energy, and twin flame energy has never come through so strongly in any of my work. So this is serious. And this is really, really powerful. It's very powerful. So tiger and tigress energy keeps coming through. This isn't about gender, okay? Whatever gender you identify with, but there is definitely masculine and feminine, a masculine and feminine dynamic present in this relationship. 1111 is on the timer. Portals are open for this to happen. As far as timing, Divine was bringing through between 1 and 6 months. You're going to see evidence of something taking place that lets you know that this love is, you might kind of have an inkling as to who it might be. Within that time range, 1 to 6 months, you may have had a dream or a vision. You may have met this person. For some of you, you already know this person, but it's going to become very clear to you who this person is between 1 and 6 months. For some of you, things will take off between you in the physical realm between 1 and 6 months, okay? There is a small percentage of people who will see this message where this is about you having a renewal within a current connection. That's a very small percentage. For most of you, this is either someone that you have not yet met, or it is someone that you have met, but like maybe you met them in school, or maybe you used to work together, or like you have, for some of you, you have known this person, but you have not experienced this type of connection with them. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. Ashe. All is aligned. That's another thing. Divine was saying that everything is aligned for this to manifest because you are aligned with your divine path. Both of you are. And the more that you focus on doing your divine work, whatever that is, whether it's healing work or like working with other people, maybe you're a creator, maybe you create content, maybe you are making a choice to leave an unhealthy relationship. The first thing I saw this morning was the Justice card. And for some of you, you are choosing to leave a relationship, whether that means you're embarking on a separation or you're going to move forward with a divorce. But for some of you, that is the work that you're doing, is that you are clearing the path, because this is something that you've known. Like if this is your message and you are currently with someone that does not fit this description, okay, this is confirmation for you that you're making the right choice to leave that relationship. And by aligning with this move that you're making to clear that pathway, you're opening up portals for your new love to come in. Divine does not want you to make any choices just to manifest this love, because if this message is for you, like Divine is saying, basically just carry on. Carry on as you were doing. You're already divinely aligned, but you can use this message as encouragement that there is something so amazing that is lined up for you, and it's moving towards you, and you are moving towards this love. So it's happening no matter what, as long as you're divinely aligned. So if this message is resonating with you and you are divinely aligned, it's going to happen either way. You don't have to force it to happen, and Divine really doesn't want you to focus on it, but you can get excited about it. Divine was also saying that if you see messages tarot messages or any sort of spiritual message, whether it's from me or someone else that is in alignment with this message that's coming through, you can feel free to watch it and allow it to inspire you. Just don't get too caught up into trying to manifest this, because it's not something that you have to do something extra to manifest. It's just naturally going to happen. There's so much power behind this connection that you really can't stop it. The only way you could stop it is by not continuing on your divine path. Okay. And also, that's another thing. Both you and this person are, it's like, because I said there's the masculine, feminine dynamic, I'm not talking about gender at all in this reading. So whether you are, if you consider yourself gay or bi or whatever, like, that's not important here. But I am going to say masculine and feminine because it's the spiritual energy. But there is a high priest and a high priestess here. Okay? There is a high priest and a high priestess here. You are both divinely aligned, and you both are able to receive messages from spirit, and you walk a divine path. Okay? Also, once you connect with one another, there are certain things that are going to be illuminated to both of you regarding your ancestry, regarding your DNA, regarding your past life experiences. A lot of that is going to be awakened for you because it's like you're coming together. So questions that your person will have or has had all their life are going to be answered as you come together and get to know each other, and vice versa. Okay, so you're going to have a lot more clarity about your past lives and about things that you've always wondered about yourself. It's like this love relationship is going to be filled with aha moments for both of you. Things that never made sense to you before are going to make sense. They're going to be very clear to you because it's like you've found each other, and yeah, you fit together like a hand in glove. Speaking of the masculine and feminine energies, this is the tiger and tigress coming together. I didn't have tiger print. I don't have any tiger print, but that's the cheetah. Okay, so it's a little close, but it's like this. It's this very savage energy. It's very primal, but it's also very ascended and transformed and evolved. It is the best of both worlds. The two of you are going to be very primal with one another, but you're also going to be very evolved. Like, you can talk about the highest vibe spiritual things, but you can also laugh and joke together and have fun in the bedroom together and be goofy. You know, you can like let your guard down and not worry about how this person perceives you, because they're always going to see you as beautiful. They're always going to see you as attractive. They're always going to see you as the best thing in their life. And yeah, you're both going to see each other in that light, and you both will feel like you're the luckiest people in the world. You're both going to feel like that. Okay? It's going to be a very mystical connection. There will be like lots of synchronicities that happen when you're together. I'm not encouraging drug use here, but what just came to me is like how, and I have never done LSD, but I've heard of people talking about what the world looks like when they do it. I don't know, maybe you've experimented with something in your past, I don't know, but it's like, it's gonna feel like your life has come into color. When you meet this person and you guys start connecting, it's gonna feel like you were always watching life in black and white, and you're gonna start to see things in color. Spirit is saying that you've had moments like this, like if you have had children, and when your children entered the world, maybe you felt like that, or Maybe there was something really wonderful that happened to you at some point in time, or maybe sometimes when you're in nature, you feel that way. But it's going to feel like that. Life is going to be now in color. So, like I said, I'm not encouraging drug use at all, but I have heard people talk about how things come to, like, you're seeing all these colors and stuff. So I don't know what that's like, but that might be resonant with somebody. So I guess that's why it came through. I don't know. Okay, a couple of songs came through as I was channeling this information, okay, and this was just in the car. So Sunday Kind of Love, I think that's by Etta James. I want a Sunday kind of love. I think that's how it goes, okay? So Sunday Kind of Love. I didn't take the time to listen to it, but it's going to feel like a Sunday kind of love. So it's going to feel very relaxed. It's going to feel very relaxing. This love is not going to be stressful. Now, that doesn't mean that once you connect with one another, you'll never have anything to face or confront or any tough experiences, but you are going to be locked in. Like you're both going to be locked into one another. 2112 on the clock. This is mirroring. Yeah, you mirror each other. You mirror each other. Okay? And because of that, like, you're going to find that you have so many similar experiences that you've had in life, and you're going to understand each other. You may have been with people in the past that you tried to explain things to them, and even if they were like, oh, okay, like they were really tuned in and trying to understand, maybe they were very attentive, but they didn't really know what you were talking about. This person is going to feel everything that you say. And this is going to be a safe space to have someone feel what you say and you feel what they say, because you are always going to speak in love with one another. This relationship is a safe space. So Sunday Kind of Love, you're going to feel very relaxed, and it's going to have a relaxing effect on you. What's coming through right now is that some of you may have, okay, and this must be a common theme, because once again, like, if you have struggled with substance abuse, it's not that this person is, because they're not going to have to, like if that has been something that you've experienced in the past, you've already done the work that you've needed to do in order to prepare for a wonderful love connection, right? But this person is going to have such a calming effect on you that they will never act as a trigger for any sort of substance abuse or any sort of, like, they're never going to give you triggers. If you have this is coming through, if you have a mood disorder, and I don't like to call things like that disorders, because I feel like if you learn about things like that, it can actually be a superpower. But in the psychological world, they call them mood disorders. But if you have something like that, I already know that if this message is resonating with you, you already are doing the work that you need to do, 2323, to find the balance, to create the balance that you need in your world. But this person is going to add to that sense of balance and to that sense of relaxation in order for you to continue to be successful on your path. There are lovers that you may have been with that actually aggravated certain things, and I'm not a doctor, so I'm not giving medical advice, but from a spiritual perspective, what Divine is saying is that some of the things that you thought you struggled with, you actually may not have. Okay, I'm being careful the way I say it. It's possible because you were with someone who just was very triggering. And so I'm not speaking against any diagnosis that you have. I'm not going to go against a doctor. But what I am saying is that from a spiritual perspective, this person that you are attracting is going to have such a positive impact on your mood and on your overall vibe that you are not going to find that you have as many triggers or setbacks at all. They're actually going to really help you on your path. Another song that came through is I Know What You Want. It's by Busta Rhymes, I think Flip Mode Squad, I think. And Mariah Carey. That's actually one of my favorite hip-hop songs, and it just played at random when I was in the car. And if you listen to that song, what that song says, that's what your love is going to be. It's really cool. And I mean, you might not like it if you don't like hip-hop, but if you like hip-hop, you know. But the words are a whole vibe, okay? And that's the vibe of this love that you're attracting. What a wonderful world. That speaks to the world sort of coming to life and going from black and white to color. Doesn't that happen in The Wizard of Oz? Yeah, it starts off in black and white and then it goes into color, I think. Yeah. So it's going to be like that. Okay, your world is going to be in color now. To an even greater extent, because I feel like you already experience a lot of magic like in nature, but this is a whole other level. First of the month came on, and that's because, remember I said, if you watched the last reading, the first two runes, or the two runes that came out, were Gable for love, and also Fehu for wealth and abundance. You are both going to be able to manifest a great deal of abundance, because with you coming into union, like, this person is already very prosperous, and you have the ability to create a lot of prosperity, to attract that prosperity. Check your chart, because I'm getting Venus energy from both of you. So there's some lucky energy with Venus somewhere in your chart, or maybe Venus just favors you, okay? But even if it's not evident with a placement in your chart, but you are both very blessed. It's possible with Jupiter as well, okay? So wealth and abundance will come to you very, very naturally. And also, like I said before, this love is going to feel like it's payday every day, because there's so much abundance, emotional abundance between you. Physical intimacy is just going to flow. It's just going to be so natural and comfortable. Then 2 songs came through, okay, and this was really cool, because the song that actually came to me was Butterflies by Michael Jackson. And I've always loved that song, but when it came to me as I was channeling, I asked my little joy friend to play Butterflies. And instead of playing that, she played a song I had never heard before, which was Butterfly Effect by Travis Scott. I'd never heard it before, and so it automatically played, right, when I asked for a different song. So I knew that was a message from Spirit. Now when I let it play, because I always do, I'm like, oh, when Spirit comes through like that, it's always a message, right? So I listened to it, and the vibe that I got was, like, honestly, like a dark, very sexy strip club. I guess, well, maybe some strip clubs aren't sexy, I don't know. I've never been to one, but my imagination is very rich. So it's like a very dark strip club, and you and your person are the only ones in there though. But it's the vibe of a strip club. It's like sexy. It's like, you know, I'm getting the vibe of this incense here. It's like smoky, but hopefully smoke doesn't bother you. It's just like really sexy, but, you know, kind of dark as well, you know, because I realize that that's low vibe, but it's still what it is. But what Divine was bringing through was that that's a part of that primal energy that will be there naturally between you. It's gonna feel like so, speaking to that tiger and tigress energy, it's like anything that you've wanted to experience sexually that maybe you felt like you had to hold back with another lover, or you just kind of didn't want to say what you wanted. Like, if you want to talk dirty, you're going to be able to talk dirty with your lover. If you want to try something new, you're going to be able to try something new. You're going to be so uninhibited with your person, and you're not going to offend each other. You're not going to push each other beyond your limits. It's just going to be so perfect, because you're going to have this primal energy. It's going to be so hot. And then on the flip side, it's like Butterflies by Michael Jackson, it's like it's kind of like the chasing, but in the way that it happens in nature, where like a person is pursuing the other one. Like in the lyrics, he's talking about that, like he's going after the person that he's interested in. And so there's going to be this very magnetic attraction. And whether you are usually the person who people come to and pursue you, or if you are usually the person who pursues, that dynamic is going to play out so perfectly and magically between the two of you. So it's kind of like, it could be a little cat and mouse, but not in a toxic way. It's not like you're going to feel played by this person. It's not like your person is going to feel frustrated or you're going to feel frustrated. It's going to be, because usually a person either likes to pursue or be pursued. Or maybe you like a little bit of both. So even if it's more like 50-50, the blend of your masculine and feminine energies is going to be absolutely perfect. Okay? Now, it was really cool that both of those songs are about butterflies. So what Divine was saying there was that you both have transformed so much on your journey, on your individual journeys, prior to meeting each other or coming together in this union. But once you come together in this union, you are still both going to continue to transform. There's never going to be a moment in time where you feel like, oh, they're holding me back. And they're never going to be like, oh, you know, I need to just get space. Because if you both need space, you're naturally going to do it. You're naturally going to give each other space. If you need more time together, you're naturally going to have more time together. I've never seen anything like this before in a reading. This is big. Okay. Yeah, so there's going to be deep passion. That was just another note that I skipped. But Pomba Gira is also coming through with that deep passion energy. Yeah, you are both going to be each other's safe space. I wanted to say that again. Spirit just brought that through again. I'm really excited. I feel like my speech is a little different in this video, but it's just because I'm so excited. I swear, I kept tearing up. I just felt like whoever this is for, you're so blessed. You are so lucky. And it's exciting. Okay, so a couple of other things. These were the first things that I was writing down, okay? A couple other songs that came through were Green Light by John Legend. I'm ready to go right now. So Divine said that your person is ready for you. You are ready for your person. And so when that union happens, like, you can trust it. Okay? But yes, your person, especially whoever the masculine energy is, okay? Because I am, like I said, it's been this constant theme of masculine, feminine. And I do see the masculine energy as more like, I'm ready to go. Like it feels like they're more of the pursuer here. And they are not holding back at all. So if this is you, this might be you. Like, you're ready to go. You're ready to pounce. Okay? And if you're the feminine energy, like 33 on the timer. If you're the feminine energy, you are ready to receive. And if you're a blend of both, then it's going to be a perfect blend of both masculine and feminine energies between you. But in this reading, I do get more of a, like, there is one person who is definitely more masculine and another who is more feminine. This love is going to be very balancing. So that's one reason why the Justice card came through. It's coming after a time of darkness. So whether that darkness has been a long time of being single, or if it's after a divorce, it is coming after a time of darkness. And I'm seeing, because when 3333 came up, that's something that came to mind. Like, going back to Amor Prohibido, it's like that song is all about what other people are saying about your love. So there are other people who will have something negative to say about your love. For some of you, this is your children. They might not approve. For some of you, this is a community. They might not approve. For some of you, this is the person that you are leaving. If you're leaving a relationship, they might not approve. They might want to hang on to you or hold on to you. And Divine is saying that that's because they know they messed up. So one of the signs that I got as I was driving this morning, I'm going to go through the other signs as well. But I was behind a pickup truck. It was a Tacoma pickup truck, so that might be resonant for somebody. But there was a sticker on it that said "Get Lost," but it had a forest on it. And so the first thing I thought about was this card and the Wild Archetype deck. It looked just like this, the bumper sticker that I saw, and it said "Get Lost." And so what Divine was bringing through was, it's okay to get lost in any moments that you feel like you don't know exactly what turn to take, as you are on your path, continuing to be aligned with your divine path. And it's like you're moving together towards, you're both working towards each other. So if you are going through a divorce, or if you are single, if you are going through a challenging time in your life right now, when you meet this person, a lot of things are going to make sense, but there still could be some times where you feel a little lost, like you feel like you're in that darkness there and you can't really see clearly what the next turn should be. Okay? Divine says it's okay. Feeling lost does not have to be scary, because even in those moments where you don't see the next step that you are supposed to take, you are still being divinely guided. It's just that you're being asked to trust spirit. You're being asked to trust spirit. And what came to me was like in those autumn festivals that they have, those fall festivals where they have the mazes with the bales of hay. It's kind of like that. Like, it can still be a fun experience even if you don't know which turn to take. So if you ever get to a place where you're like, I don't know which move to make, you know, Divine is saying to feel grateful for what you have and to find a way to have fun in the moment. Find a way to see something good about where you are and to maybe even enjoy it, you know? So enjoy the feeling of not knowing, okay? And also trusting that even in those moments, you are still being divinely guided. It's just a time to sort of zoom out a little bit and see the bigger picture and know that it is all divine. Okay? What appears clear to you, and even what doesn't appear clear to you, it's all divine. It's all divine. All right. Now, in continuation with that, Divine was saying that with the fault line there, when I pulled this card, these came out with it, so I wanted to show you these. But the fault line, that's like where something can be said that shakes you. You know what I mean? This was coming through with the people talking. There may be something that, like, in those moments where you're like, oh, I don't really know, like, this is a new experience to me. You might feel like you're lost in the forest a little bit. Divine was saying that if there is a person who says something rude, if there is something that is said that's very judgmental, don't let it break you. Don't let it bring you to that place of being broken, because nobody can break you. Even when you're in the forest, you're still cared for. What came through about being in the forest was like when you see the light shining through the trees, you know, that's just enough light to guide you. That's just enough light to remind you that even though you're surrounded, there's still light energy, okay? The light can always find you. So as long as you don't let these things break you, don't let anybody's opinions be your be-all, end-all, you're going to make it to this connection. And you're going to find that this connection is like ecstasy. Not the drug, but just ecstasy. Okay? Yeah. this is your prize. Your union with this person is your prize. But don't let anything that anybody says break you, because they're just talking from a place of like a lack of awareness, a lack of consciousness. They don't get it. They might have, what came through was that for someone, at least one person, and I feel like this could be one person in your world and one person in your lover's world, your person's world, but there is at least one person that both of you know that for you to come together, it is their biggest fear. So that's why Divine is being so specific about all of this and encouraging you, because Divine doesn't want you to miss out on this opportunity, especially just because, someone is in their feelings. Oh, I wanted my, oh yeah, there we go. Okay, so that's significant because, yeah, like when you think you don't have what you need on this journey, you're going to find it. Okay, there might be times where you're like, this is crazy. Like, especially for those of you who are going through a divorce. I mean, I know that's challenging, but things are just going to be there when you need them. You're going to look and, it's going to be like automatic abundance, because Divine and your ancestors really want you to experience this pleasure of this union. So the other thing about that Tacoma truck was that the license plate, it looked like it said Idaho, but it was like an extra vowel or something in there. So the significance of that was that it's kind of funny. I love spirit and there's sense of humor, okay? But somebody in your life is literally saying now, Idaho, like, I'm a hoe. They messed up and they're admitting to that. Now, it might not be that they were sexually loose or whatever. It doesn't mean that they betrayed you sexually. They might feel like they just made a wrong turn or many wrong turns. That's what I'm getting. Many wrong turns in another area of life. But there's somebody in your world now. This is especially coming through for those of you who are with somebody that you are separating from and divorcing from or whatever. But there's somebody in your world that knows that they messed up. And so they are inwardly taking the blame. But I think it could definitely be a situation where you might not hear them apologize. They might get to that point. For some of you, your person might evolve at least to the point where they're able to admit what they did. But Divine is saying that regardless, whether they verbalize it or not, they know they messed up. They know they messed up. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, we talked about the justice, court case, lawsuit, divorce. So there's something challenging that you're going through right now. That's where that Forest card came into play, where there's something dark. This union, this love union, comes after a dark phase. Okay. Also, as I was traveling this morning, running my errands, there was a power outage in the intersection. And normally, like, I'm very attentive when I drive. I'm not on my phone or anything. And so usually I see things like long before I come across it, But this was like, okay, a whole thing in the intersection. There was a police officer standing there. There were cones. There was traffic. And it's like, I just looked and it was like, it was there. And so I kind of had to brake a little bit. And then I had to take a detour. So the normal place where I turn to get to where I was going, I had to take a detour. So Divine was saying that whether it's the people who have something to say about your relationship, or whether it is the dark experience that you're going through, which doesn't have to be an overall dark experience, but Divine is bringing it through that way because it may be something that you've never experienced before in this way. Okay. So I don't know how that's going to resonate with you, but you might be going through something right now that feels like a challenge because it's not something that you've really ever been through before. Yeah, I'm about to see 44 on the timer. So there's definitely strong energy of protection here. Like strong. Okay? Divine just wants you to know that, because even though you might feel like you're going through something that is dark, like who says, oh yay, I want to go through a divorce, or yay, I want to be single for 6 more months or whatever. Like, it's an exciting time because you're aligned. So even if you're going through a divorce right now, like that's what's meant for you at this point in your life. It's not what you signed up for when you were getting married. Or if you're going through a court case right now, like that's not something that you really wanted to do, but you're going to come out as the winner. You're going to get every bit of abundance that's meant for you. So it really doesn't have to be a dark thing, but you are going through something that a lot of people would perceive as dark, but it doesn't have to be dark for you. Just like we were talking about the light shining through the trees, through the forest. There's always going to be light that you have access to, okay? But yeah, so that detour, what that let me know was that, first of all, it was kind of like sprung up on me. So that lets me know you might be going through something that you didn't anticipate going through, and it may feel like a little bit of a shock to you. But I went on and took the detour. So if you have to take a detour, that's okay. If something is going in a different direction than you initially assumed it would, don't let that discourage you, okay? Also, I ended up at my destination sooner than I usually do. Even though I had to go out of my way and take a detour, okay? I had green lights, so that goes back to green light. Your path is blessed. And just know that even though things might look a little different and your plan might be different from what you anticipated it being, you're still going to be successful. The end result is going to be extremely successful for you, okay? Yeah, and that also speaks to the quick manifestation of this. Like, if this is your message, this love union is going to manifest quite quickly, or at least you're going to see evidence of it taking shape, okay? I'm not saying that you will be like, y'all are going to be married and in a house and all this stuff like in 1 to 6 months, but within 1 to 6 months you will have some sign, either from the divine, I mean it's all from the divine, but it may be through a dream or a vision, or it might be in a synchronicity like another video that you watch that confirms this for you, or it could be like the person might approach you, or you might hear from them, or for those of you that it's a brand new person, you might meet them. Okay, so just know that things are taking shape, and there's nothing that you need to do to rush this. The people that this is for, you might actually feel a little bit like, oh my God, because of all this going on in your life right now. So that's why it was so important. Like, I was like, I have to do this video, because Divine wants you to rest assured that whatever it is that you are unsure of in your life right now, like Divine is not unsure about anything on your path. And your spirits are so very proud of the work that you've done that they just want to provide confirmation of all of the wonderful blessings that are lining up for you, that are already lined up for you. It feels kind of random, but I forgot to mention it. There's somebody who's looking at like AI chat, the chatbot or whatever. I don't use that because I'm like, I want to get my information from source, but like AI is attached to certain entities, and so I want to make sure that I'm, getting my information from source. But there is someone who is seeking the help of AI chat regarding you. This is not the person. Okay, this is somebody else that's maybe interested in you, or maybe somebody who's who wants to be attached to you, but they're like very anxious, because I think that's one reason why it just didn't feel right, like AI chat. Like, I don't have any issue with people using AI. Okay, that's fine. But it feels like this person is very invasive, and they also like oh, you know why I said that about getting information from source is because they should be going to you for this information. That's what that is. Thank you, Spirit. This is a person who's very nosy, and they are trying to get information about you, but they're not tuned in to Spirit, so they're not getting downloads, and they're not confident enough to come to you in order to ask you what it is that they want to ask you. So they're trying to get like relationship advice about how to approach you, or how to it's like they're trying to get counseling or something in order to know how to do something with you, but it's from a manipulative space. Like, they're doing this in order to try to manipulate you. So just beware of that. Like, if somebody comes to you and they start automatically speaking in all this like psychological speak, or maybe you already know this person and this is their way, where they like try to lay it on thick or try to love bomb you or something like that, and they're 5111. Yeah, and conflict is going to be resolved, because right after that it was 5112. So balance will be restored after a time of conflict. But this person, this is their way. Like, they try to manipulate. So just know that somebody's up late at night looking at their phone, trying to get AI to tell them how to deal with you, how to talk to you. And that's the thing. It's like, they don't have to deal with you. It's like, that's how they see it though. How do I deal with them? All they have to do, if they were an honest person, they could just communicate with you honestly. But they're not coming from an honest place. So they have to ask AI how to relate with you in order to try to manipulate you. Also, Divine is saying that at this time, your nervous system regulation is the number one priority. So if you are feeling anxious or overwhelmed, or if a person is coming to you with manipulative tactics or something like that, and that kind of takes you out of your zone, just focus on regulating your nervous system. Divine was saying earlier to me, nobody is worth your blood pressure. Nobody is worth the stress that you would feel over any sort of manipulation or craziness that they're trying to put on your plate. So yeah, the right person, which this love union, the person that you're going to enter a love union with, they are the right person for you. They're not going to stress you out. They're not going to make you feel stressed. So just remember that, okay? I think that was it. Yeah. Oh my God. So I just want you to know that if you were not so divinely aligned, you would not have found this message. If you were not so divinely aligned and evolved, you would not have found this message. It would not have resonated with you. And also, if your spirits were not looking out for you and protecting you so heavily, you would not have found this message, and this message would not have resonated with you. So I just want you to know that you are, like, I call everybody in this community on In Her Dreams a beautiful being, because you are. What's so special about this particular message is that you are a beautiful being who's attracting another beautiful being, and you are going to be so powerful together. So very powerful together. Maybe it's somebody, look, since I said beautiful beings, maybe it's somebody who watches my videos. Wouldn't that be crazy? Oh wow. Okay, well, if that's the case, you gotta let me know, okay? But yeah, you're very, very special in the most beautiful way. And what you two are going to manifest together, I can't even begin to tell you how it makes me feel. Like all of those things that I said that this love is going to feel like, as I was channeling, I felt those feelings as Divine brought them to me and I was writing them down. I felt what it feels like to have a stranger be really nice to you. I felt what it feels like. Actually, when I was in the store, I saw like the cutest little boy. He was holding his dad's hand and he just like stopped and turned around and looked at me and just smiled, and that's how that came through. But all of those feelings that I said of how this love is going to feel, I felt this morning. And your life is going to be filled with all of those wonderful vibrations. So lucky you. Lucky you. All right, I hope that you enjoyed this message. I hope that it was helpful to you and brought some clarity. And yes, I wish you peace. I wish you joy, many blessings, and so much love. You're so lucky. All right.